Hey, I'm Whiskey Faces. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kara.
Kara.
Yes.
Can I just say what we have today?
What do we have today, Chris?
We have a cigar batch from Starlight. I know! Right? Now, I do have to say, we're part of the Bourbon Finds group.
Oh.
And we're one of the...
lucky ones.
Well, we joined it when we first started the group. So we've been like
true
O-dogs, like the OGs.
I meant like lucky because we got this.
Oh, we're absolutely lucky. Like, I can't even imagine how we even have this bottle because you wanted it so bad. And I felt the pressure that I had to get it for her. That apparently I experienced anxiety that I didn't know what it was because I'm like, I don't have anxiety.
Because you're trying to order it?
Because we get an email like, you know, the day before or X amount of time saying when it's going to release and there's going to be a link. So it was supposed to be, I think, 9:30 our time. Because you got to count for like Central or Eastern or whatever. Now I get
time zone changing.
I get screwed up on that all the time.
Okay.
Don't know why. It's like I didn't pass elementary school.
I still hate it.
So it was supposed to release at 9:30.
Sure.
At 8 o'clock. Why was I constantly just checking my email to make sure it worked? Just to make sure it worked, that nothing was going wrong with my email.
I was wondering why I was getting test emails that day, but okay, that makes sense.
I don't know why I was having this
panic attack about
sort of. And as the time got closer, like I started getting sweaty palms. And like when it was 9:30, I look in the email, nothing is there.
Oh my god.
Nothing. And I'm doing I'm on my phone. The drop down refresh.
Just pull,
nothing.
pull. Nothing.
My hands started shaking.
Oh no.
I've never experienced that before, ever.
Okay.
And I didn't know what that was until you told me.
That's anxiety.
I texted you too. I was like, the email's not there. What do I do? I was freaking out because
I was like, it's only 9 o'clock.
It was 9:30.
Okay.
I really was trying so hard to get this for you because I know you really, really wanted it.
I really did want it. And you know what?
And I somehow saw the email, clicked the link, went to it, and if it wasn't for Shop Pay, I wouldn't have this bottle. That's really what it was. Because I freaked out, kept refreshing, and had Shop Pay. That's it. Because apparently there was only 85 bottles in that group, over 1,300 or something members, and somehow I got it by freaking out. And Shop Pay. If it wasn't for Shop Pay.
So, was it worth it? Should we get into this and find out?
On our first expression, absolutely. We only tried it just that once, and we've actually sent out some samples.
Yeah.
Because
it was hard to get.
We know some people that
couldn't get it.
Were wanting to get it as well, so we sent out samples. Yep. So, and we might actually send out some more samples because we know there's quite a few people that would really like to try it. And we're not about trying to hoard a bottle.
No, we need to share it.
Because from when we opened it, actually when it delivered, she couldn't wait for me to get home. No, you did wait, actually.
I waited.
She did wait.
But
you did open it, and then we tried it that night, and it was so amazing. But it's been a little bit.
Yes.
A couple weeks, so we're going to go back into it. And
Can I tell my story?
You tell your story. I'm so sorry. I'm just talking because
that
was exciting. Okay. It was exciting.
So, one of the reasons I was intrigued, beyond the fact that it said cigar batch.
It's, sometimes when they say that, I'm not there for that.
Right, because what does that mean?
Exactly.
But Amburana barrels? Mm-hmm. These Brazilian Amburana barrels. Mm-hmm. So we've had experience with that specific barrel in the past. Mm-hmm. We are fans of a local distillery, beer distillery called Three Weavers. Mm-hmm. And we went over there and they had a special seasonal beer. It was a
brown ale or a lager, I believe.
It was an ale finished in Amburana.
We actually thought it was a porter or a stout after we drank it, but it wasn't.
Yeah. Finished in Amburana barrels. And when I had it, it was amazing.
Loved it.
And so I went and talked to one of the staff because the distiller wasn't there. So I talked to one of the staff and I asked if the notes that I listed the notes I was picking up from this beer, and I was like, do you add any flavorings to this beer? And she said no, that all of the notes I was getting was from being aged in that barrel. And so when I saw that, I didn't put this together with that until it arrived in the mail and I saw the words on it. Because I kind of forgot that what the finishing barrel was. And when I saw that, I was like, oh, this is going to be a game changer. Yeah. This is going to be fun. So I'm excited to try it again.
Yeah.
And see what this
and I'm kind of sad because that distillery is like only like a couple miles inland from us. Like it's just the
beer place?
The main boulevard stop, and that's it.
I know
like
the word.
It's the closest one.
It's not distillery. It's called a brewery.
Brewery, yes.
Don't know why my brain wasn't working, but there it is.
Those are two different kind of alcoholic terms. Distillery, brewery, it's all the same.
It's okay.
But they were actually sold out of the cans, in which we were disappointed about.
We couldn't take it with us.
It was only on tap, which is cool. That's fine. We'll go there to drink it. But you can only drink so much because, it was higher ABV and you still got to drive and all that kind of deal.
My favorite part is like, oh, we can sell it to you in a growler. And we're like, oh, yeah, we'll do that. And we're like, but we're out of growlers. Like,
nice.
Am I going to put it in my pocket?
I'm not Martha Stewart. I don't just have everything in my house ready for it to go. So now we need a growler. Because they might still have it on tap. We don't know. I don't know. It's probably been 3 weeks.
It's been a while.
4 weeks.
So what I get right away on the nose is this beautiful cinnamon, like sweet vanilla cinnamon, very reminiscent of like a horchata.
Not a candied cinnamon. This is straight up powdered ground cinnamon you would find in your spice
cinnamon
cabinet.
Like real cinnamon. Cinnamon stick, maybe horchata. Could you get that?
This is
vanilla?
Straight up horchata.
Yeah, vanilla. And I get a little bit of
tobacco.
Pipe tobacco.
Pipe tobacco.
Yeah. So I think that's why they call it cigar blend.
This is what it sounds like, or not sounds like, smells like to me. When you, I've never smoked a pipe, but when you can smell someone.
Yeah, when you've been in a room with somebody that
or someone around there smoking a pipe, not a cigar, but a pipe.
Yep.
It has that really aromatic. You're like, oh my god, what is that? I want that. This has that smell on the nose.
It's vanilla pipe tobacco.
So this should be called pipe batch?
I can see why they said I would say tobacco, pipe tobacco, but cigar. I saw an interview with
this is so different.
The two distillers at two of the three distillers at Starlight. The Hubers. Christian and Blake. And they said they named it Cigar Batch because it reminded them of a specific tobacco they've smelled before. I think they said it was a Nicaraguan tobacco. So
it's definitely there.
Long story.
It definitely smells like a tobacco leaf. If anyone has smelled a tobacco leaf, this does smell like that. But it's got that ground cinnamon smell to it. That's not overpowering, but it's there with it. Can they like scratch and sniff like car air fresheners?
Oh, I tasted it, by the way.
Oh no, you're screwed because I remember this is amazing. Oh my god.
Okay, so there's bourbon, right? And then when you get into finishings, it changes bourbon completely, right? So this is a finished bourbon that is so unlike bourbon, and yet I love it so much.
Okay.
Because it takes the vanilla and it kicks it up to like 1,000. It is so good. And it takes the tobacco and that kicks that.
There's a little bit of nugget to it too.
Butter up. Did you get nugget too?
Yeah, the sweetness to me is almost like a nuggetness to it.
It's so rich.
It's not a caramel or anything like that kind of traditional bourbon. Although I do have to say on the front palate, that's the only moment where you can taste a little bit of the craft corn Starlight.
It's right there.
Otherwise, everything else is out the door, and you're like, what is this deliciousness? How can I get cases of it?
So that
Can I buy the whole barrel?
I know.
Right?
Apparently no. So that craft note, that little corn Starlight,
it's very slight in the front, and that's it.
You and I have grown to like, we can pick it out. And
we drink a lot of Starlight,
we
so
like it.
We could distinct.
I like it a lot.
Note from it.
It's the vanilla finish that kills me. Cause it's this is weird. It's like vanilla bean tobacco.
It takes you on a ride. I feel like this is a psychedelic ride.
It's so good.
We're back in transport in the 70s because we're like high or something. Because it goes to different ways. That's probably not the right description, but that's what's coming to my mind. Like I'm watching Scooby-Doo.
Oh, okay. I'm happy for you.
I'm all about the Scooby-Doo. Those people had to be high writing that, right?
But it's okay. The finish is so sweetened vanilla.
What's on the nose is on the palate. I will have to say it matches.
I wonder. Oh, 100%. It lines up really well. I wonder if it would be good with cigar. I don't smoke. Maybe. But it's sweet. This reminds me of a special whiskey that I would pull to show somebody some crazy stuff.
Yes.
Or something I would pull as a special occasion, a celebration.
This is perfect for winter.
This is a dessert pour that's not every day. This is a dessert pour that you have when you just kind of... This is like a Christmas pour, like a special occasion.
But not dessert in the way that it's sweet.
Oh, it's sweet to me.
But it's not like that kind of dessert.
Oh, okay. Let me explain a little bit. It's sweet to me in that it is sweet enough to be a dessert and substitute for something else. It's not overly sweet like sickening sweet. It is sweet, but for my palate, it's sweet enough to take place of dessert. Does that make sense?
This has got nougat for a sweetness, and it's got ground raw cinnamon. Not that red hot bullshit.
No, just cinnamon stick.
Pure cinnamon stick. Oh yeah, that's what that is. And then it's got just tobacco. Like what's in my mouth right now after the finishing, I feel like I smoked a pipe. That's what it tastes like.
In the best way.
In the best way. Like it has all these flavors. It's not like peat from a scotch where you feel like you just had an ashtray in your mouth. This is completely different.
This is a pipe.
It almost has like a creaminess to it. You know, like on like that sweet cream on some pastries.
I do.
That's kind of sort of what I get.
That's the sweet vanilla I'm talking about.
Okay. That's the sweetness that I'm getting with the nougat.
Oh yeah.
And I people might say because the Starlight has a very distinct corn note that sometimes with some of the finishings that we've tried does have a little bit of a pastry note to it. Oh, and with the cinnamon would be a cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
But with this tobacco,
it's the tobacco that kicks it.
It kicks it out, and you're like, this ain't got no goddamn pastry.
This is not a pastry.
We grown adults here. This is for 21 and over.
Yeah, we've grown up.
This is actually one of the few bottles that, regardless around the hype that's actually it's become, and I didn't know it was a hype. It actually has become, and I was actually kind of like bummed out that it is because
get it anymore.
We're never gonna find that. We're never gonna be that lucky. That this actually lived up to the hype for me. It really did.
Okay, so I was excited to get this, and it is exceeded my expectations.
Yep. Now, if this was finished in, like, how the Joseph Magnus
cognac
has the cognac and Armagnac and
which
we haven't tried it yet. Because it's on a pricier point, and when you do buy it out here, it's usually in bundles.
So you have to buy like.
Which isn't bad because they do batches anyway, so you might have their Murray Hill or their other regular release.
The regular Joseph.
Yeah, you might find it's out here regularly, but because they do it in batches, it might be different. We haven't tried that yet. We just haven't opened them for some odd reason. But
the reason why I didn't open it
because it said Amburana, like you said, the 3 levers.
I had to open it now.
And we've tried Amburana.
Because I knew.
I can definitely tell
where the barrel
notes come from. And why aren't people using Amburana barrels?
Do you think? Well, okay.
They are pricey.
They're expensive.
We did look to see if they had like the little spirals.
You can get spirals and staves. They're pricey.
They're pricey, and I kind of try it.
I hesitated. I thought about it, and I was like, well, that's not responsible.
Wait, if there's enough of us, we can pitch in and
divide up the staves.
Divide it up.
So everybody gets a couple of staves.
Totally down for it. And we can give you the link and where to buy just the regular single barrel high proof bourbon expression of Starlight. That's fine. We can all do this.
Okay, pause.
And then put a stave in there.
I love your enthusiasm, but I need you to pause.
Dear.
If we send a link,
there goes reason.
If we send a link about Starlight, I just want to say we are in no way affiliated with Starlight. We are not paid by Starlight. We don't get any commission from Starlight. We just happen to love them.
They take our money.
They take all of our money willingly, and we just love them. Yeah, I just want to be super clear.
And we loved them before they got all this hype.
We did. We loved them for a while.
I'm really proud that they're getting the recognition.
So good.
Them and Spirits of French Lick and Chattanooga. They're getting the highlight that they've been doing. Stuff that's really amazing. But it's becoming harder.
I love when people are
slowly
successful, but
I do.
But when it makes my whiskey opportunities shrink, it makes me a little sad.
Yeah.
But you know what?
I'm greedy. And when it comes to whiskey, everything else in life, I'm like, no, that's cool. When it comes to the whiskey, I'm a little greedy.
Can I make a confession?
Confess.
I've actually thought about moving.
We're in whiskey church.
Yeah, I've thought about moving to Indiana so I can stand in line to get Starlight.
Did you know that I found out we can buy some houses for really
good prices?
It's actually kind of coming from California prices.
That's obscene.
It makes me wonder. Besides the fact what's wrong with California,
that's a whole nother. We won't touch on that.
But the fact that you can basically buy a house out there for what you can't even buy a room out here is kind of got me thinking like, shit.
Maybe you can move to Indiana.
Maybe we can live in Indiana
anyway.
But I don't know about living next to whiskey would be good for us.
It would not be good for my wallet.
That and maybe your liver. We don't.
Oh, I always forget about that part.
Yeah. We might have to be like one of those anonymous groups, you know, with letters and stuff.
I don't want to do that.
You know.
All right. So I think we should just revel in this finish. I'm still getting pipe tobacco minutes later.
It's still there, and I haven't had a little sip in about maybe 2 or 3 minutes, and it's still there.
It's vanilla pipe tobacco with a nice little spice.
This is it. Really is. It's very.
It's so.
It has
fun.
So many
layers
to it of different profiles that's just coming out that I really can't narrow it down what this wants to be, except for fabulous.
Oh, it's fabulous.
This might not be other people's jam.
It is
but
very.
It's so unique.
I recommend. Okay, we're so in on this, but I recommend if you don't know if you like Finnish whiskeys, this is definitely a pour that you can get from a friend.
Yeah.
It's also limited, so I don't know how much you want to seek it out if you're not into that type of thing anyway.
Yeah.
I did not know this, but I like the flavor of tobacco in my whiskey. I think it's great.
I think it plays great. No, their mash bill could also play a part in it.
I forget the mash on this though.
They have a 4 mash. They have a 4 grain and a 3 grain. Now we don't know which one. Usually, what they do is that they take the mixture of the 4 grain and the 3 grain, blend it together, and then they'll put it. But we don't know. And I don't think this is a high rye because that spice of the rye is not there.
I have an issue with this tater sticker, but maybe I should talk to you about this later.
You have an issue with it? Why?
Yeah.
Up in Smoke? I would think it would be like a Snoop Dogg or Dr. Dre kind of.
You don't know what Up in Smoke is from?
Teach me.
You don't know what Up in Smoke is from? That's a Cheech and Chong movie. Up in Smoke.
Do I look like I watched Cheech and Chong? I come from parents who didn't let us watch TV.
Cheech and Chong is from here.
Like Murder, She Wrote.
But Cheech and Chong is from...
If we touched the remote control, we were dead.
Cheech and Chong is from LA. Like, that's from here.
I didn't watch it as a kid. I'm sorry.
Up in Smoke.
I don't know.
They put an Up in Smoke title on Star Wars, but
I liked it.
One more thing that.
Oh.
So okay, there's 3. It's 3. So Up in Smoke is Cheech and Chong. They have Star Wars characters. That's the 3rd. But this layout, is that not the layout of like Queen album, Bohemian Rhapsody?
I don't know.
I think it is. I think they're doing some like 3. Okay, I'm just gonna drink my whiskey and not worry about the tater sticker, because that's probably best for my health.
I liked it, but I didn't know any of those things, and I liked it.
I don't know why it just struck me as irritating just now, but it did.
I like it, and I'm not a Star Wars fan by any means.
I think it was just the title.
I haven't even seen a whole Star Wars movie.
I think they should have.
Am I gonna get murdered?
What? No. Oh. I see what you just said. I see what you said.
I haven't seen any Star Wars movies. Oh my god, yes. This whiskey's amazing!
It's very delicious.
So Star Wars!
Star Wars is great.
Love the Ewoks!
Don't say that, because that's really divisive.
Oh,
yes!
Are you excited?
No, they're divisive.
They're cute.
No, yeah.
Is it like Gremlins where they're like evil?
No, but...
Except for the one?
No. Oh. Ewoks are divisive because true Star Wars fans don't like them. They said they were only added to be cute to get more people to watch. Okay, we need to end this video real quick.
What are you reading, The Hollywood Reporter or something? What is this?
Yep. Okay, Starlight. How do you guys feel about what they're doing? And have you ever had this fun finishing called Brazilian Amburana barrels?
And what have you had finished in an Amburana barrel? Because what are the notes? Because of what we had of a beer and this, very similar tasting notes. So
let us know down in the comments. While you're there, give us a thumbs up. And if you like what you're seeing, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out. And turn on your notifications so you can join us in our next video.
How does it help us out? Can we buy more whiskey? Is that how it helps us out?
It gets our videos in front of more eyes.
Yep. Buy more whiskey.
Buy more whiskey.
Like and subscribe. We buy more whiskey.
Oh my God. Well, I don't know about you, but I fancy this whiskey.
I love this whiskey. I more than fancy this whiskey.
Fair enough. Cheers.